I know it would be times that I would come home and I would see blood coming through the shirt.
Okay.
And I remember one time talking to you, taking your shirt off and taking you to the church and letting the pastor see your back.
Uh-huh.
He had beat you like you was a slave.
Because when you said about the apology, what did I say to you?
You owe me no apology.
Okay, why would I say something like that if I was abused and traumatized and neglected?
You said that if you knew better, people say if you know better, if you do better, you'll do better.
Uh-huh.
And I only did what I knew.
Right.
And I thought I was doing the best that I could at that time for you.
All right, what up, y'all? It's the Street Priest, Mr. Kill Trauma, and I am here with my mama. Let me say it again. I am here with my mama. It's the Street Priest, Mr. Kill Trauma. And today I'm sitting here with my mother, my biological mother, a mother like none other, raised me into what they say is an incredible young man that have done great things. There's a nickname. We'll start with that. There's a nickname that you gave me a long time ago. What was the nickname you gave me?
Shiny Dukes.
Shiny Dukes? Okay, yeah. But what did you used to call me when I got a little older? You called me your what?
Genius.
Genius. So some people, if y'all don't believe in me, there are some people out here who believe in me. And if your mama don't believe in you, then you was a dirty scoundrel, rascal. But I'm gonna get into today's topic, today's conversation. So, my mother, Elizabeth, known as Sister Liz. Some folks know you as Tuda. When I was younger, I hear some folks calling you Linda. You got a whole bunch of names. Now,
right.
You were just asking me about a name. Because there was a reason why we're doing this interview, because you called me, and maybe you can tell the people about the conversation that we had a couple of days ago when you called and reached out to me. There were some things that you wanted to say to me. What was that?
Well, I want to call and apologize to you for your upbringing.
Okay.
And you had some pretty traumatic things happen in your life that I didn't even know about.
Uh-huh.
And I knew about some of them, but then as I read your book, I seen more and more. Like it says, many colors of Estop.
Okay.
It was like I said, what I say, many sides. There's so much to you, and I never knew all that was to you, and I understand you more now that I read your book.
Okay, so even as my mother, there were some things about me that you didn't understand, and you've been with me forever. It wasn't like you was an absentee parent. It wasn't like you abandoned me. It's not like you was out living your life. We was in the same household until I ran away. We ain't gonna talk about that today, but it was a time when I ran away and got my own place before I was 18, and I guess I was grown. I'm thinking I was grown at the time.
Right.
But yeah, it was some things that you didn't know. So what was those things that was brought to you from the reading of the book? Because I feel like you're not the only person. There's a lot of people that don't know the real me. And maybe this conversation will be able to help them learn more of who I am.
The abuse that you had took off your stepfather.
Okay.
I never knew that.
Okay.
I know it would be times that I would come home and you would have you have the white T.O. and I would see blood coming through the shirt.
Okay.
And I remember one time talking to you, taking your shirt off and taking you to the church and letting the pastor see your back. He had beat you like you was a slave.
Okay.
And so that hurt my heart so bad at that time. So I know where else to go. So I went to the pastor.
Right.
What do we do about this? What do we do about this? And he just said, well, he ain't gonna kill him.
Right.
So
I talked about that in the book. I talked about that in the book. I talked a little bit about organized religion.
Right.
I talked a little bit about people as we grow in life. We don't always know the answers, and when people look into us, we kind of giving them the best answer, the best solution.
Right.
You know what we know. Because as I was thinking about us talking, I was thinking about a lot of times you used to say, "Boy, if my daddy was here, he would have knocked you through the wall." If my daddy was here, he would have threw you out the window. If my daddy was here, he would have knocked your teeth into the back of your throat. Those were some things that you experienced or you seen, you witnessed in parenting. So you would think that you was doing a pretty good job because you wasn't going to that extent.
Right.
But it was a constant reminder of, what the upbringing was and maybe showing the mercy and grace that you were giving to me, but that same grace wasn't given, from what you said you read about in the book. So what do you want to elaborate about what you read, or what questions would you like me to answer according to what you read? Maybe that'd be a good way. Let me say this, because when you said about the apology, what did I say to you?
You owe me no apology.
Okay, why would I say something like that if I was abused and traumatized and, neglected?
You said if you knew better, people say if you know better, if you do better, you'll do better. And I only did what I knew.
Right.
And I thought I was doing the best that I could at that time for you.
Okay, I'm sorry.
As you was growing up, I always try to show you I try to give you all the love I had. And I wanted you to know how much I loved you. And I always try to give you best. All I could do was give you love.
Right.
That's what I thought. I thought I could give you. All I could give you was my love.
Right.
And I do believe I did that.
And why did you want to give me your love so much? Why do you think I needed additional love in my life?
Well, because for one thing, you lost your father at you were 6 months old when you lost your father.
Okay.
And I knew
that was traumatizing.
I knew that when you got grown, that was gonna affect you.
Right.
And I knew that if I didn't raise you upright, you probably would come back to blame me.
Okay.
For your upbringing and for your father not being there and having someone else take his place. Mm-hmm. But I didn't call myself doing that because no one can take the place of your father.
Right.
You got a good dad. He was one of the best.
Okay.
So I try to give you all the love I had to give.
So as you was reading this, do it felt like you needed to give me an apology because you didn't extend enough love, or there was an apology, but I want you to elaborate more about that because that's the reason why we're here today.
I apologize because I did not know that man was so mean, and I should never put you in that position to have to even apologize to you for that because I should have known he was mean to me. But so I thought, well,
I wasn't the only one in an abusive household.
No, I wasn't abusive. I mean, he was mean. Right. He was mean, but he came from a mean background.
And it was something you said that happened to you when you read the book, as far as your memory goes. So what's going on with your memory or your cognitive ability right now?
I think it's good because it brought back. When I read the book, I was like I was walking hand to hand through the book with you.
Okay.
It brought back so many memories.
But you said that you had some condition that have affected your memories, that a lot of stuff that you didn't remember, even outside of what I wrote in the pages, brought some things back to you. Is that correct?
Correct. Because I did not know that the young man who killed your father, he never met his father. He never met his father.
Right.
I didn't know that until I read the book. Mm-hmm. He had never met his father. So
he never met his son also.
Where's his son? He never met his son. And so I said, and when I read that, I was like, wow. That man took 2 lives.
Right.
He took Ricky's life, and he took his own life.
Yeah.
Because his son you never met your father, and then that young man, he never met his father.